Have you ever put off making a decision or taking an action because you were afraid of making a mistake? I've been thinking about this and mainly thinking about where or when did making mistakes get such a bad rap? And where did this fear of making mistakes even come from? When you think about it, mistakes are central to learning, not to mention being human, right? I mean, as humans, we are imperfect beings. So why do we hold so tight to the idea of perfection, right? An impossible standard. I don't know. Maybe you know. If you do, please share in the comments or send me a message because I would love to know. All I can think of right now, all that my mind can come up with is that perhaps, maybe at one point, this was some sort of a motivational tactic intended to inspire us to strive for more, to exceed expectations, etc., etc. And on one hand, this does make sense. But it also kind of feels like somewhere along the way, this message got warped. Oftentimes, in today's society at least, it feels more like mistakes are viewed as failure rather than simply a part of the learning process. Which is interesting because generally, learning is viewed as a good thing. Many times it's considered a success. So it's a very interesting dichotomy of how we view mistakes and whether or not that means failure. So here is a crazy idea. What if we challenge this view of mistakes being bad or undesirable and instead explore the possibility of allowing mistakes to be neutral, meaning we don't assign any value, right? They're not good, they're not bad, they just are. And perhaps we could even celebrate the growth that comes out of our mistakes. Let's give it a whirl. So you know what is coming because today is Tuesday, aka Tapping Tuesdays. That means we're going to do some tapping on this. So we're going to go ahead and start. Oh, hey, Betsy. We're going to go ahead and start tapping on the side of the hand. If you're new, just repeat after me and follow along. Even though I'm afraid of making a mistake, I accept myself as I am right now. Even though if I make a mistake, it means I'm a failure. I accept that I feel this way, and I'm open to viewing this differently. Even though I feel like a failure if I make a mistake, if I'm not perfect, I acknowledge these feelings, and I love and accept myself anyway. All right, moving to the top of the head. Mistakes. Fear of making a mistake. I don't want to make a mistake because I don't want to be a failure. So I'm not taking actions, not making any decisions, because that feels safer to me. And I accept that failure feels unsafe. And making a mistake must mean I'm a failure. And following this logic, making mistakes is unsafe. I acknowledge the part of me that believes this. But is it true? Am I actually a failure if I make a mistake? Does failing actually make me unsafe? And if it does, how have I survived this long? What is true for me right now is that this fear of mistakes is preventing me from taking action, from making decisions. So I'm open to adopting a new viewpoint that serves me and helps me move forward. I release this old belief from my body now. And replace it with curiosity, a desire to learn. I embody a sense of safety. I look forward to the opportunity to try again, to improve, to grow, and to learn. My mistakes show how far I've come. They're a record of my resilience, my courage, my desire to grow, and my success. I choose to embrace my mistakes so that I can get off the sidelines and be an active participant in shaping my own life. Okay, let that go. If you need to take a wiggle or a shake, please do that. Nice, easy breath in through the nose, blowing it out through the mouth. And just notice how you're feeling. If you had something in particular in mind, hopefully that's feeling just a little bit better. If not, definitely come back to this next time you feel like you are in some sort of a holding pattern, you're kind of putting off making a mistake or taking an action because there's some sort of fear of something going wrong, aka a mistake. Because that's just our body's trying to keep us safe, which is great, but sometimes it kind of keeps us from being able to do the things that we want to do. So hopefully this was helpful for you in some fashion. If you want to come back to it, this will be posted on my page. Please share with anyone who may benefit from it. And if there's any item, subject, topic that is on top of mind, please let me know. I can cater to you and would be happy to do so. That is it for me on this Tapping Tuesday. I will see you next week. As always, take care and keep shining.